want to share my thoughts on manifestation as a new follower of Christ, as someone who was deep in the New Age and deep in manifestation practices. This was the hardest thing. It literally has felt, people act like, oh, you start following Jesus and then your life is great and everything's amazing and peaceful. No, it has been spiritual warfare, demonic attacks in my dreams, feeling like I'm being choked in my sleep. It has been like my entire identity dying, feeling my old identity has been ripped to shreds, becoming a completely different person, having to give up and relinquish these practices that I feel convicted of letting go. And I know this, I genuinely don't even want to make this video. God is convicting me so deeply to share this because I know there are other people that are in this too and feel so incredibly confused. You're not going to get this if you're not in the manifestation world. I've taken courses on manifestation. I've studied manifestation. I truly believed I was a master manifester. I manifested over 1 million followers in this account. I manifested moving to my dream state, moving to North Carolina. I manifested my career. I manifested health. I truly believed in my heart of hearts that I had manifested a completely new reality for myself. So how could that be bad? How could it be bad that my health is transforming, my body is transforming, my finances are transforming, my career is transforming? How could that be bad? On the surface, my life is going so well, but if you saw behind the curtain, I'm incredibly anxious. I am having mental breakdowns multiple times a month, mentally doing very poorly, despite having it all together on the surface. I've always lived my life guided by my intuition, is what I would say. It's my intuition. And a perfect example of this, the first TikTok I ever posted that made this account blow up was back in 2019, and I was driving home for Christmas to see my family. I get this video idea that floods into my mind, and I feel so strongly I have to post this video about birth control and mental health. So I yeet off into the Starbucks parking lot. I film the video. I barely knew how to film a TikTok because I maybe filmed 2 TikToks at that point. Post the TikTok. It goes wildly viral. And then literally my entire life changes after that. That was God, right? I believe intuition. It's not my intuition. Intuition is how God talks to us, right? So when you remove God from the equation, which is, I'm not saying everyone in manifestation does this, but most manifestation practices that I've seen literally pull God out of the equation, and it exalts you as the creator of your own reality. Some people will say, oh, I'm co-creating with the universe. You are creating with God. You wouldn't exist without God. You wouldn't have the gifts that you have without God. The gift of intuition comes from God. These ideas come from God. And the reality is, I was not giving God an ounce of credit. It's me. It was very prideful, right? I'm the creator of my reality. I'm the one that's doing all of these things for myself. It's almost like you're working on a group project and you're taking all of the credit. When you've got God over here, that's literally the reason you exist. God's pulling the weight. I'm just being obedient and doing what God says. And then I'm taking all of the credit for it and saying, I am powerful. I am the creator of my reality. Me, 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 me. This is what modern day idolatry looks like. It looks like exalting yourself above God, you are the creator of your reality. You are all powerful, omniscient. You are God, right? And that's the New Age spirituality world reminds me so much of Genesis. It's well, if you eat the apple, you can be like God, right? You can be like God. Here's the secret knowledge. And the reality is no one's God, right? We follow these influencers and these spiritual teachers, and it's very confusing because 80 million people have 1 million different philosophies and truths and what they believe to be true, but no one is God, right? But eat this apple and you can be like God. That's basically what the New Age is selling you, is you can be like God. Satan literally wanted to be like God, right? So it doesn't look evil. It actually looks beautiful. It looks pretty. It looks aesthetic. It's very attractive. Also, I think a lot of people in the manifestation world, like me, have a ton of trauma, and it is a very attractive thing to be able to control your reality. I can control everything. I can control my health, my body, my finances, my career. It's me. I have control. I'm in the driver's seat. That is extremely attractive to someone who has a ton of trauma that felt wildly out of control their entire life. But do you know how exhausting it is to try to control every little thing? You know how exhausting it is to try to read into every little thing? Oh, my tire, I have a flat tire, and what's the spiritual meaning of it? And maybe I could control not getting a flat tire. It almost gives you like spiritual OCD, genuinely. No, actually, I don't want to be in control of my own reality anymore. I just want to follow God's plan for my life and show up and do what he's telling me to do. I did not want to film this video. No part of me wants to film this video because I know how much it's going to piss people off, but I am being obedient and listening to what God is telling me to do. No part of me wants to film this. I asked God, what should I be manifesting? Should I be doing this? Is this evil? Like, please give me clarity. And this is what he said. Manifestation puts a big emphasis on self, my money, my travel, my finances. There's a reason you've been feeling disillusioned with this. Following Jesus is the opposite. It will feel very different and extremely uncomfortable to abandon your old way of thinking. Following Jesus is about service to others. Jesus wasn't sitting around thinking about how he was going to manifest his dream life. He was on mission to heal the world, even if that meant he was in so much pain and suffering. He did it because he loves us, not out of conceit or selfish ambition. The manifestation world is selfish ambition. It's idolatry because it exalts you and your power over the power and the will of God. God is your Father in heaven who wants good things for your life. This does not mean life will be comfortable or easy. Trust that the creator of the world and the universe has it covered more than you do. Because that's the reality. We think we're God. A lot of spiritual teachers literally think they're God. And that is very attractive and it feels very powerful and very empowering. I want to read you something that's terrifying. Self-deification. Individuals are their own gods, rejecting the worship of external deities. You're your own God. You don't need to worship anything outside of yourself. Sounds a lot like the New Age. That is a core principle of the Church of Satan. I still believe we are powerful, but we're powerful because that power comes from God. Not because I am God, right? Because I am obedient and I listen to God. That's the difference.